Here I am. I told you I'd get back with you on honor, respect, and worship. And so I want to make some things very clear. Let's talk about it. Let's just jump in here. And if you have comments or questions, make sure you post them. Okay. Honor and respect are very closely related. But here is one of the differences. Here is actually the difference. Honor is about the position, and respect is about the person. What? Okay, yeah. When you honor someone, you think very highly, or you recognize the importance of their position or the spiritual value of that position. That's honor. Okay? Isn't it interesting that God commanded that we honor our mothers and fathers, that our days might be long upon the earth? You honor that position because it is a leadership position in your life from childhood. Okay? Honor. God looks for that honor from us to Him. Honor and recognize the importance of who He is. Now, respect has to do with the person, their conduct, how they carry themselves, if they are true to their word. And this is how come the saying has always been, you know, if you want me to respect you, you got to show me some respect. Well, that kind of goes, that we can talk about that on a different plane. But respect is about who you are. When you carry your own self with dignity, and I've got another video that talks about the dignity of man. When you understand that need, and that need has been fulfilled in you, you have dignity about yourself. You carry yourself to be who you know that God has called you to be. And so your conduct will line up with the God kind of lifestyle. The way you carry yourself, the way you talk to people, that gains respect. And so respect and honor kind of goes hand in hand, but the difference is, remember this, the difference is when you honor, you're honoring the position, and when you respect, you are respecting the conduct and the character of that individual. Now, worship is something altogether different, because you can honor and you can respect, but you don't have to worship, because guess what? According to Holy Script, the only one that we are to worship is the true and the living God, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Yahweh God, the God of Jehovah, the Most High. That's who we are supposed to worship. What does worship mean? Worship means I bow down to this deity. I submit my entire being to that deity, and that deity we call God Jehovah. We submit ourselves and we bow down. Whatever we learn that we are supposed to do in accordance to God's holy writ, that's what we submit ourselves to. Therefore, we submit our lifestyles to what God expects of His kingdom citizens. So we are not supposed to worship anything other than God. This is why in my previous clip I said, we're not supposed to be worshiping our pastors. We're not supposed to be worshiping anything or anybody other than God. Honor them, respect them. God has put them in a position, and in that position that God has given them, we honor that position. And how do we honor it? We honor it by submitting ourselves to what they have given us as rules and regulations within whatever organization that we may be in, as it relates to the following of God. Because God is the one that we ultimately submit ourselves to. We submit ourselves to God. When that leadership in that position begins to stray away from the word of God, we don't follow that. But you got to know what God's word says. And so therefore, we understand that we are worshiping God. Your pastor is not your God. You see, because this was the mistake of the heathen nations in Mesopotamia, all of that. Even before Abraham walked away from his country, he grew up in the Mesopotamia area and they worshiped gods. They were idol gods. That's why they had so many different gods. They had a god for this, a god for that, and a god for that. But my God, beloveds, we have one God. Israel declared it. There is but one God. Hear ye Israel, there is one God. Only one God. So your pastor is not your God. Your parents are not your God. They are your guardians. They have stewardship over you until you become adults. But they're not your God. But they are supposed to teach you how to honor and worship the true and the living God. So my precious hearts, those of you that are watching this video, if you got questions about it, and I know there's a generation of those that are enlightened, and many of them have refused to hear the written word of God. But let me tell you something. When you get into understanding how this word became, it didn't become as many say it has become. Yeah, that's another video. That's another little lesson. But when you believe that this Bible, the 66 books, is the holy writ of God, the inerrant word of God, then you'll understand that there is but one God, Jehovah God, and he is the one that we are to worship. We honor and respect, and we obey them that have rule over us. Obeying is one thing, worship is something else. Now obedience goes with worship, but worship is ultimate. Because in the ultimate sense of worship, you are submitting yourself to whomever you worship. Many of you are worshiping your jobs. Many of you are worshiping your relationships. Many of you are worshiping any and everything other than God. But God is the only one that is to be worshiped. We honor and respect leadership. Oh, yes. Yes, we honor and respect leadership. Bible tells us, obey them. I say it again. Obey them that have rule over you. And that has nothing to do with slavery, y'all. Okay? All right, that's another video. God bless you. Until I come back and talk to you again. Be blessed.